within our own systems so that we can be powerful and peaceful outside of our own selves, our own families, our own friendships, spreading the ripples. So have a seat with that in mind. Sending your ripples down, down, down into the earth, resourcing from the earth into your body and vice versa, from your body into the earth. Just taking a couple breaths to ground in, to welcome yourself to your practice, to the top of the week. Let your breath flow freely and peacefully through your body, however that shows up and means for you. Find a nice long spine and a relaxed jaw. Let the teeth in your mouth relax and the gums around those teeth soften. You might even puff out your cheeks a little bit just to connect with the mouth, the internal space. Imagining your sinuses inside of your head also relaxed and softening. The brain relaxing, releasing. We'll start with just a couple rounds of a really peaceful breath, peace-inducing breath, and Nadi Shodhana breath. So that's done with the closing off of each nostril. It's the alternate nostril breathing. So you're going to use your right hand, and the right thumb will be what closes off the right nostril, and the pinky and ring finger will be the ones that close off the left nostril. And you can just tuck the second and third finger down toward the palm. So take a moment to set yourself up with this, just bringing your hand close to your nose and not closing off either nostril yet, but just feeling the thumb near the right nostril, the pinky and ring finger near the left nostril. And just sit there for a moment with a big breath in and a nice breath out the mouth. Let's close off the right nostril with the thumb and breathe in through the left. Inhale. Closing off the right, exhaling through, closing off the left, exhaling through the right. Again, inhale through the right. Close both nostrils off, exhale through the left. Inhale slowly, fully, deeply through the left nostril. Closing off and then exhaling through the right. 2 more rounds. Inhale through the right. Slow, deep, and full. Closing off and exhaling through the left. Inhale through the left. Closing off. Exhaling through the right. And one last round. Inhale through the right. Closing off. Exhaling through the left. And inhale through the left. Closing both nostrils off and then exhale through the right. And just let your hand go, let your hands arrive in your lap, in your thigh, by your knees, and just feel what it feels like after taking some of those peaceful breaths. This is said to balance the hemispheres of the brain. So just notice how it feels to be in your body, in your brain. And let's tuck the chin down toward the chest and open the back of the neck. Take your hands to the back of the head and just take a nice stretch for that upper back space, back of the neck. And just gently let your chin walk from side to side, visiting each collarbone, just opening up the kind of the side, back area. Allowing that peaceful breath to continue. Releasing there and letting your shoulders start to circle. Maybe your tongue sticks out while you're taking these movements through the shoulders. Let the elbows come along and the wrists. Say hello to that upper back with these movements of the arms. And then let's let the hands meet behind, clasping the hands behind the back, dropping the shoulders, rising the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open up the collarbones and let your eyes look up. Maybe the throat looks up, the chin lifts up. Circling through each shoulder with this clasp, if that's possible for you. You might want to use a towel or a strap for that. And if it feels okay, let your hands fall down back behind you, touching the floor or maybe a prop behind you, and lift the chest and float the heart high. Maybe a little more opening through the sternum, right down to the base of the ribs. Lift up, inhale. And exhale, let's release, come off of the seated position. We'll move to tabletop and just start right away into your cats and cows. So on inhale, lifting chin, chest, eyes, and tail. And on exhale, rounding it out, squeezing the belly in. And as you're moving between these two poses, inhaling, opening the front body, and exhale, rounding the back body, squeezing the belly in, rounding in. Notice what your shoulders are doing. So on the inhale, the shoulders can have a little squeeze together as the chest and throat and eyes lift. Back arches. And on the exhale, the shoulders move away from one another on the back, really rounding and opening that upper back space. So move between those two places with that awareness of the shoulder movement, of the spinal movement. We'll just take 2 more rounds, inhaling and exhaling, twice more. On that last exhale, go ahead, open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and make some sound. Roar it out. Shake out your head. Shake out your shoulders and your hips. Just let your spine kind of flow fluidly, making any movements that feel kind of delicious through the spine in a way that's kind of circular and spirally. Letting your head be free in the shoulders and the arms. Left hand comes down right under the nose. Come to stillness. Inhale, open that right arm high. Take a breath. Inhale. And we're going to flow with this. Exhale, thread the needle. Right shoulder, right ear down. And let's open it back up on inhale. Open wide, open, expand. Exhale, thread. Couple more. Inhale, sweep open. Lift your heart up, lift your gaze up. Exhale, shoulder and ear come to the floor. Last one, open it up, big breath in. And let's land the pose now. Threading the needle, right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Left arm extends out long. And just take a moment to kind of feel into the chest, feel into the back of the heart, feel into the arms and shoulders. And if it's nice for you, lengthen your left leg back, and you can even float that left leg into the sky. Could be interesting to lift the left arm skyward. If it doesn't work for the left leg to lift, just lift that arm skyward and spin, spin, spin open. Letting the left hand come closer and closer to the earth back behind you. Eventually, left arm wraps around the back toward the front of the right thigh. And go ahead, again, circle out that left shoulder as the gaze goes skyward. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears as you spin the heart and the gaze up to the sky. One more breath. Draw your belly in, let it come into that spin. And let's unfurl, unwrap, come back to all fours and find that funky movement, whatever it is for you. Hips, shoulders, head. Maybe the mouth opens, maybe the tongue sticks out again. Landing the right hand just under the nose, and inhale, float the left arm high, breath in. Exhale, flowing with the thread, left shoulder, left ear down. Inhale, swing open. Exhale, thread that needle. Inhale, sweep high, heart, gaze looks up. Exhale, thread. Couple more, open it up. And thread it through. Last one, open wide. And left shoulder, left ear, come down. Right arm extends long. If it feels nice, right leg lengthens and lifts. That could be really just what the doctor ordered for you. If you like, you can explore with a right leg flowing, right hand flowing up to the sun. Maybe that works with the leg lifted, maybe not. You choose. See if you can spin your heart open, open, open toward the right, toward the sky. Eventually that right arm wraps around the back. Circle out that right shoulder. Sing hello to the spaces all around the shoulder blade. Gaze looks skyward. One last breath. Feel the fullness of the pose, however it is for you. And let's unwind. Come on back. Come on out of this. Curl the toes under. As you settle back to neutral, rise your way on up to downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. And just walk it out, saying hello to your lower body, as well as the shoulders, the rest of the spine. Give your head a nod yes. And notice what you are saying yes to these days. And then shake it out no. And notice what the no's are these days for you. Come on forward, high plank, inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll take a few. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, draw back, belly strong, down dog. One more like that, forward, high plank. Press it on back, downward facing dog. Turn your toes to the left and your heels to the right and open up that side line of your body from pinky fingers back through hips. And then turn your toes to the right, the heels to the left. Open up the right side, let the head dangle. Let the side body open. Come on back through center. Reach the right leg on up to the sky and circle out that right ankle. And circle it in both directions. Give yourself some time to say hello to each toe on both feet, but especially the right foot for now. Say hello to all the bones of that foot. Lots of bones in there, right? Go ahead, bend the knee and roll your hip open, pressing your right foot toward your left shoulder. Stay strong through both arms. Stay balanced through both arms. As you spin a little open, circling out that right knee. Circling that in both directions. Lift that right leg high as you're ready. Inhale, straighten it out. Exhale, go ahead, step the right foot forward. Sink down on the left knee. Reach your arms on up. Reach them high. Interlace your fingers. Draw your palms to the sky. Sink your hips down deep. And just breathe into it. Breathe into the length of your arms. Choose a gaze that feels just right for maybe that upper back. You might notice a different gaze supports something different in the upper back. And sink those hips nice and low. Take a breath, inhale. And let's release, exhale, step back, high plank. Pausing here, finding your breath, finding your strength, finding your length, finding the breath filtering through the nose and throat, buoying your thighs and your belly, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Take one more breath, inhale. Exhale, let's lower all the way down to the belly. And we'll go ahead and find our super person pose, superhero pose. So draw your palms face down and lift your chest and lift your legs and go ahead and fly your cape, lifting your arms and lift your cape. Let it, feel it really flying in the wind. Imagine that you're a superhero. What would you do with those powers? Lift a little higher, take a breath in. Exhale, come on down. Bring your arms out to the side, reach your cape wide and lift up. Reaching through the fingertips, lifting through the thighs, lifting through the chest. Reach the arms higher, take a breath in. Imagine your powers. What would you do with these powers? Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, come on down. And this time we'll come into flying squirrel. What a superhero the flying squirrel is. Reaching your arms out in front of you. Forehead starts to the floor, legs are long. Lift the thighs, lift the arms, lift the chest. Feel yourself flying through space. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, come on down, hands come by ribs, lift your heart, legs stay on the mat, shoulders drop, chest lifts, breath in. Exhale, let's press back, downward facing dog. Nod your head yes and shake it out no. Spin your inner elbows forward as your inner thighs roll back. Go ahead, launch your left leg on up to the sky and circle out that left ankle. And say hello to the 5 toes of that foot, the 5 toes of the other foot. Bend the knee, roll open. Stay strong through the standing leg and arms, and then circle out that left knee. Just easing that joint, the hip joint, moving it in all the ways that it wants to move right now. Lift your right leg up to the sky, straighten it out, big breath in. Exhale, go ahead, step your left foot forward, sink down on your right knee, dip your hips deep. Interlace your hands at your low back, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Choose the gaze that feels right for your body. And breathe just a couple breaths. You might even circle the shoulders a little bit or move the heart around just a little bit, softening through the heart. Maybe the gaze goes up. One more breath. Exhale, we step back strong to the high plank. Pausing there, feeling your strength, feeling your softness, feeling your thighs and your belly support. Take one last breath here, inhale. Exhale, just hover this time, chaturanga, elbows in close to the body. Inhale, when you're ready, your version, upward dog, back bend of any kind. And exhale, press it on back, downward facing dog, take a breath in. Shake out the head a little bit. On the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Reach on out, flat back. Exhale, take it down, bow it low. And bend your knees and come into a ragdoll. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let your head be heavy. Knees could be very bent or you could be working on straightening them. Get the spine into your awareness and your conversation and ask it how it wants to move right now. You might want to be very still and just hang. It may want to move around a little or a lot. Maybe swaying or turning, little rotation from one side to the other. Deepen your breath in and out. Remember that alternate nostril breath and the effect it had on your body. And see if you can recreate that right here, right now. Taking your hands to the back of your head or hair and just take an extra tug there, an extra pull. And if you can, those of you focusing on that upper back region, take your hands to that area and give yourself a little self-massage. It could just be like a touch, or it could be a nice squeeze. You might feel the bones of your spine, and they might really welcome this kind of touch, this kind of release. Work your way all the way with your self-massage to the back of your neck where your skull meets your neck, and just give some nice love there. Don't forget to sigh out some exhales. Give your hair a tug. Drop your hands down to the floor. Toe heel your feet together and bend your knees and round your way up. If you prefer a flat back, you can take it. Reach your arms high. Right hand takes left wrist and go ahead, side bend. Keeping that left arm reaching to the right. Right hand just comes down by the side of your leg and just plant through the left foot and reach through the left fingertips. And then come on up through center. Left hand takes right wrist and give a tug toward the left. Fingertips moving to the left, right foot stamping down. Release the clasp of the left hand. Let it drop down by the side. Oh, let your heart be lifted as you side bend here, all the way over. Come on back. Palms might touch as you lift your heart and take a back bend. Walk your fingertips along the sky. Make a little offering as a peaceful warrior. Out your heart, out your belly, out your throat, out your third eye, maybe even out the crown of the head. Breath in. And let's bend the knees and just fold, bow, let it go. Swan dive down, head drops. Inhale, reach long, lift and lengthen. Belly strong. Exhale, step or jump, high plank. Maybe chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Maybe thighs are lifted on this one. And exhale, pull it on back, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Round and squeeze in, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Maybe the gaze looks up as that leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, tricep, shoulder. Inhale, lift on up. Take a twist, right to left, spin it out. And then move the knee back to the right. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And really squeeze through the back leg. And lift the heart. And just take a breath or two, really opening up the leg all the way through the crown of the head. See if you can plant your palms firmly down on the mat. You might need blocks. And then see if you can lift that right heel back up toward your belly, lifting that right foot off the floor. And then go ahead, step the right foot forward. Rise your way up to a high lunge. Squeeze through the back leg. Reach the arms high, bend the left knee just a little bit, and then bend the elbows and place your hands down your back. So your fingertips are, you're in a reverse prayer. Your fingertips are pointing down, your elbows are pointing up. And open your heart. Lean back, lift up. Take a breath here. Exhale, hands come back behind you, back foot plants, and bow your head down. Humble warrior. Head bows, arms reach up. Shoulders get a beautiful opening here. Back leg is strong. Arms are reaching way, way up. Hands maybe reach forward for 3, 2. One more breath. Inhale, we rise. And exhale, let's open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand up, left hand down. Exhale, straighten your right leg. And we'll fly into Trikonasana triangle pose. So right side stays long. Right hand comes down, maybe to your block, maybe to a shin, maybe to a floor. Left arm, go ahead and wrap it around behind you. And take that half bind in your triangle pose. Spin your inner right thigh to the right. Gentle bend to that right knee if you need it. And spin in opposition your belly up to the left and up. Lengthen through the tailbone. Spin through the ribs. Spin through the heart. Let your left arm float to the sky. Feel a big wingspan here. Feel your power. Feel your super person power. Take one more breath. Open this up any way that feels right for you. And we'll release and flow through high plank, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Flow it on back down dog. Take a breath in and just feel your body. Send some appreciation to some part that feels really nice right now. Left leg, flow it up to the sky. Bend the knee, roll your hip open. And then round and squeeze in, knee to nose. Feel that belly really working here. Inhale, lift it up high, gaze up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, tricep, shoulder. Float that kneecap high. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, twist left to right, spin it, spin it, spin it. And then go ahead and step the knee over to the left. And then step the left foot down to the floor, to the outside of the left hand. And find your way, really deepen into this lunge. It's a lizard lunge. Lengthen through the right heel, staying really long through that right leg. And then carefully, if you can, place your hands on blocks or on floor and see if you can float your left heel up towards your butt. Finding that moment, take a breath, step your left foot forward, rise on up, high lunge. Take a moment to bend the back knee a bit, tucking the tailbone, lifting through the deep belly. Reach those arms high. Bend the elbows, place your palms together, fingertips drop down the back. And go ahead, snuggle yourself in here. Snuggle those arms around your head. Lift the elbows up as the shoulders drop down. So, so good for the upper back here. Take a breath. And then swing those hands back behind you, interlacing. Drop the right foot flat to the floor. Fold and bow into your humble warrior. Head bows, arms lift, shoulders rise away from the earth. Getting a great rinse for the upper chest, the shoulders, the arms. Staying strong through the legs. Your belly is gently spinning toward the inner left thigh. Take one more breath, really opening up through the arms. And then rise on up and swing open to warrior two. I'll face the other way. And reverse that warrior. Left arm high, right arm low. Straighten the left leg. Keep opening that left side really wide open. And then swing your hips back and lengthen, 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 lengthen through the left side. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Wrap your right arm around your back for a little half bind. Roll your inner left thigh forward to the left. You might want to micro bend the left knee. And then spin your belly toward the right, toward the sky. Lengthen through your low back, your tailbone, your hips. Spin through the ribs, spin through the heart. Open your arms in wingspan. Take a full breath, feel the fullness of this moment. Inhale. And we'll release and find our way back to downward facing dog your way. I'm just gonna step back and come back to this front of the mat. Take a breath in, take a nice sigh out. Bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Lift and lengthen, flat back, reach. Exhale, bow, fold. Rise on up to standing. Reach your arms up and then find the goddess, the cactus pose, elbows wide. Elbows press forward, fingertips press back. Heart lifts. Feet are firm. Go ahead and bend your knees and find an Utkatasana in this pose. And then come back up straight, reach the arms high. Left hand high, right arm by your right leg. Take that side bend. And then again, bend the knees for the Utkatasana. Staying long through the side body, left elbow comes across the right thigh. So left elbow, if you can, outside the right thigh. Hands in prayer. Take a look down and see if your toes are lined up. You probably need to swivel that right knee back just a little bit as you turn everything else the other way toward the right. So left inner groin rolls back, belly spins high to the right, turning, twisting, maybe the arms open. Take one more breath. And let's release, come back to Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, bow, fold, let it go. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. And then we're gonna come forward to the high plank and come all the way down to the belly and keep your left leg long and bend your right knee. And go ahead and lift that right knee off the mat if you can. And see if you can spin so that your right foot comes back behind you. It's kind of like you're in that open twist. But go ahead and see what's there. Come on back. This time with the left leg long, curl the left toes under and see if you can, with that right knee bent, come into Wild thing, lifting your hips. Right foot plants, left leg stays long. Right arm flows to the sky. And we're gonna go ahead and step the right foot forward to the top of the mat. You're in a lunge. Come on up, high lunge. Open wide, warrior two. Inhale, reverse that warrior. This time, side angle lunge, elbow to thigh. Left arm extends over ear. Drop your shoulders down your back and take a big wide circle with that left arm. And just follow it with your eyes, circling in both directions. Right knee moving open toward pinky toe, staying strong through the legs. Stay strong through that left side. We're gonna come on the ball of the left foot, come down on the left knee, and twist again. Left elbow past right thigh, hands in prayer, spin. Feeling that twist. If it feels nice for you, float the left leg back up off the floor. Otherwise, keep the knee down. Your choice. You can also choose to open the arms. Sometimes feels amazing with the help of a block. For 3, 2, last breath. Unfurl. Just step straight back, downward facing dog. Shake it on out. Walk it out. Bend your knees, look forward, spring, step, or float to the front. Lift and lengthen, flat back, reach. Legs are strong, belly strong. Exhale, take a nice bow. Just take an extra breath or two in that fold. Really letting out the stuff that is ready to release, the excess. Lightening your load as you rise up to standing. Reaching the arms wide. Elbows come into that goddess shape. And find the Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sink into your heels. Toes are light. Fingers are moving back as the elbows move forward. Straighten the legs. Reach your right arm high, left hand comes down. Take that side bend. And bend the knees again into the Utkatasana. And this time, right elbow crosses across left thigh. Hands come to prayer. And take a look down and see if your knees are balanced. See if your toes are balanced. See if and what you might need to adjust. And just breathe into it. Last breath in. And exhale, release, and just step your way back. Downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Left leg flows to the sky. Left foot steps forward. Sink down onto the right knee. Dip your hips deep. Reach the right arm high. And take that side bend. And then spin across right elbow, outside left thigh, hands to prayer. Twist and twist and twist. Maybe you're straightening that right knee. Twisting, twisting. Finding your peace and your strength and your breath with this. And then we're gonna swing wide into warrior two. Go ahead, reverse that warrior. And find your side angle lunge. Right arm reaching overhead. Nod your head yes. Shake it out no. Wrap your left arm around your back. One last breath. And we'll release. Go ahead, step your way back, downward facing dog. Knees come down. Take a brief child pose, hips draw back, arms stay long. And just do what feels right. It might be some movement. It might be just stillness. Catch your breath and deepen it. Use it for good in your body, sending your body really positive light so that you can send that out to others in the world who need it. And let's go ahead and clasp our fingers. come on up onto your knees. We're preparing for dolphin pose. So you're on your forearms. Your elbows are the same width as your shoulders. Curl your toes under and rise your way on up. Hips high, chest moves back toward thighs, elbows move forward. And just enjoy this really great opener for the upper back. If you want, you can dive the dolphin. So inhale, come forward of the hands. Exhale, lift the hips, press back behind the hands. Inhale forward, exhale back. Great strengtheners for the shoulders. Inhale forward, diving forward, exhale back. Last one, dive it. Nose comes in front of hands. Nose comes behind. Knees come down. Have a seat. Just have a seat and feel. And circle those shoulders. Feel your belly strong. Find a restful moment. We'll go ahead and find downward facing dog one more time. I think we forgot one thing, so let's make up for that by coming forward into high plank and lowering onto our bellies. And we're gonna stay long this time through the right leg, and we're gonna bend the left knee. And we're just gonna try this out. We're gonna roll onto our side and kind of press that left leg, bent leg back behind us, really opening this up, feeling into that. Roll on back down. This time, right leg still long on the mat, come onto the ball of the right foot and see if you can find your way into Wild Thing, lifting your hips. Take some strength to get up. Lift your left arm skyward. Right hand presses down, heart lifts. Take one more breath. Had to get that one in. Come on, flip on back. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and let's jump onto our backs and lie down and spread out. Just take a moment or two, feeling your body, feeling those places and spaces where you are sending your attention. For all intents and purposes, your healing, your love, your peace, whatever it is. Notice what you might be sending to your own body and how the intention of creating that in your own being might filter out into spaces that are around you. Just try that on for a breath or two. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's power, maybe it's love. Send that inward first. And to a particular place in your body or in your mental body. And then trust that as you focus it inward, it will ripple outward. Bring your feet to the floor. We're going to come into a bridge. So walk your heels in close to your hips. If you would like a more restorative version, take your block so that when you lift your hips, you can place that block underneath. And this is another wonderful pose. If you're not taking the restorative version, lift your hips and snuggle your hands underneath you and open the chest. Another great pose for the upper back. Whether you're in the more restorative or not pose, really open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And breathe into that belly, lengthening your low back, lengthening the frontal hips as well as the thighs, drawing your knees just gently in toward one another. One last breath wherever you are. And let's come on out, lengthen long through the arms and legs. Just move it around a little bit or breathe into stillness. We'll take one more round. So if you want to do another bridge pose, please do that. If you know wheel and want to take wheel, go ahead and set yourself up for wheel. So there's restorative bridge, regular bridge, or wheel. Setting yourself up with the knees bent, perhaps the hands by the shoulders, fingertips turning down toward the feet, elbows in close to the body. You might just enjoy the setup for wheel. So go ahead wherever you are, lift your hips. If you're coming into wheel, straighten the arms as well. Lift your heart high, lift your hips, thighs forward, low back long, heart opening, shoulders opening. Maybe the head drops back if you're in that wheel. One last breath. Tuck your chin to come out of wheel. Hug your knees. Windshield wiper or rock side to side. Find your way into a happy baby. The knees come down to either sides of the torso. The feet are flat up to the sky, and go ahead and rock side to side. Hands are supporting those legs, those feet. Maybe they're holding on to shins or creases of knees, also great. And straighten one leg and then the other. Open those inner thighs a bit. Enjoy as you find your way into your version of a wide-legged split. So go ahead, guide your inner thighs open with your hands. Open those inner thighs. Reach your hands through and lift your chest, belly strong, pulsing up for 10. Lift 9, exhale 8, 7, lift 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Take your hands to your knees and hug in. And just feel knees to the right for a twist. Hands behind the head, elbows wide. Just enjoy that twisting feeling. Breathing in and out. Knees to the right, lift your chest, pulse up. Little pulses, 10. Lift 9, maybe higher each time, 8. Knees moving to the right as the chest lifts to the left, 6, 5. Belly strong, 4, 3, 2. And last one, hold it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Windshield wiper those legs side to side. Really awesome work for the waist. Now twist the knees over to the left and bring the elbows wide, hands behind the head, interlaced. Just take a moment to feel into the shape. So make sure that right elbow gets heavy as your knees move off to the left. And there's this beautiful twist happening. Create some space and length. Take a breath in and then lift on up, little pulses, chest moving toward the right as the knees to the left for 10. Lift 9, squeeze 8, exhale 7, lift 6, 5, 4, lift on up 3, 2, last one, hold it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, finding that twist, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Come on out, windshield wiper side to side. And then roll up and down the length of your spine. Keep your chin tucked. And you might take a few rocks and rolls this way if it feels okay. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. So you might flow through a whole vinyasa. You might just step right back. Launch the right leg on up to the sky. Let's step the right foot to the left wrist and sink down for pigeon pose. So go ahead, lengthen that left leg and lift the heart. Flex the right foot and take your hands to that front leg and just take a moment to really ground it in and massage a little bit. Excuse me. Extend through the left leg. Take one more breath here. And if you feel ready to fold forward, do so. If you rather bend the left knee and reach back for it, maybe you hold the foot with the right hand. Maybe you're skipping all of that and just coming right directly into a nice, mushy hip release with this pigeon pose. Meet me there, folding forward, bowing in. Using any props or supports that your body wishes for that you have around you. Deepening and slowing your breath. Dropping your shoulders down and away from your ears, so still maintaining awareness of that upper back. Relaxing again the whole face, the inside of the face, the mouth, the nostrils, the sinuses, the inner eyes, the brain. What can you let go of just a little more here? One more breath. Let's rise and let's swing both legs forward and lengthen the legs out in front of you, and just take your hands to your glutes and just move anything out of the way that gets in the way of your sitting bones feeling the earth. And just take a moment, reaching your arms on up in celebration, peaceful warrior here. Feel your peaceful warrior stance, Dandasana. And then lengthen long out over your body and come into your version of a forward bend. Again, any props or supports that you have are so nice in this pose. You may rest your head on one or two blocks or a pillow, blankets, whatever you have. It might feel nice for you to have your head just floating in space. So you see, depending on what props you have and what feels good. Still, shoulders drawing down away from ears. Chest is moving forward as tailbone moves back. Belly is supportive in this pose. Maybe you can get a little longer through the spine. Last two breaths. And rise, rise, rise. Bend your knees. We'll find our way to the second side. So you may want to come back again to down dog. You may want to step just straight through for your left hand, your left foot to come to your right wrist. And sink your hips on down. And again, take a moment to lift your heart high. And it might be possible or interesting for you to bend the back knee and take hold of the back foot. Maybe that's in your practice, maybe it's not. Wherever it is you are, just be there and deepen into the experience. That might mean moving out or moving into a deeper place or into a backed off place. So you know, we'll meet bowing, folding, surrendering, maybe being supported. Last couple breaths. See if you can deepen and soften. And we'll rise. And again, extend those legs out long in front of you. And just bend your knees and just roll onto your back and keep your body long. I just want to do one last kind of upper back joy, which is a restorative pose on the back. So what you're going to do is you're going to know this pose. We normally do it seated or standing. You're going to take your left hand and take the back of the hand, roll on your right side, take the back of the hand up your back as high as it will go. So the left elbow's bent. And then you're going to roll back onto that flat of your body with the elbow bent. And then the right arm is also going to bend the elbow, and you're going to take that clasp of the fingers underneath your back here. And just breathe in this shape. And you may need some kind of a strap. The hands may not meet. They might not be anywhere close to meeting. But just release and relax into this experience. One elbow down, one elbow up. Kind of a bumpy ride for your back, but it's more for the upper back and the shoulders. Relax your jaw and your face. And release and just come out and just float those arms a little bit. fairy-like. And we'll roll to the left and place the back of the right hand onto the back somewhere as high as it will go. Roll back onto your flat body, bumpy flat body, and go ahead, bend the left elbow and see if your hands can join somehow underneath the body, up by the upper back, and the elbows release down to the mat. And the breath becomes peaceful and soft. And you're in what might be a slightly uncomfortable position, but you find in this discomfort, you find great comfort. So find the comfort within the discomfort. Big one for life these days, huh? When you feel ready, come on out. You are ready for Shavasana now. So that you might choose to have one last movement or pose that feels supportive of your landing in that Shavasana. You might place blocks underneath your knees or a pillow under your knees. You might put a blanket over your body, something over your eyes. Releasing, releasing, releasing back into the earth. Receiving the support of the earth. And offering your support as you root into the earth. Let go, let be. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale full, deep and slow. Exhale, let it go. Let your head roll easy, side to side. Take another big breath in and exhaling, roll on your side and pause. And curl up and hug in. Loving yourself up. Again, sending peaceful warrior energy inward. Building up that experience within so that you can take it out. Rising up to seated if you haven't already. Drawing the hands to the heart. Gazing into the heart. And bowing into the heart in your hands. Surrendering to the heart and hands. Taking a breath in. Sigh out. Lifting your hands up to your third eye center on inhale. Lift, 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 lift heart. Lift energy, lift gaze, lift heart, lift eyes. And and bow, surrender to all sentient beings. Namaste.